Are you good with people? No, I wasn't. In fact, I could have thought of many circumstances that felt better without people. I didn't say what I wanted. I had been pondering on every question she could have possibly asked for the past week, an attempt at stopping myself from blabbering too much, or just fucking up my interview entirely. Yes, I murmured methodically, a small smile on my face. Was anybody truly good with people? Or were some people just more likable than others? The interviewer nodded her blonde bob, scribbling my answer on the notebook under her left hand. Don't panic. I could feel myself starting to stress, a similar feeling to having 10 minutes left for an exam and a whole question to answer. To stop myself from fidgeting, I started mutely bouncing my knee under the table. I wanted that job. I wanted it more than I wanted the dreadful interview to end. Why do you think that? She asked, her glasses perched on the top of her straight nose. Fuck. What was the answer to that question again? I know that I have the ability to grow strong, positive connections with people at all levels, I murmured, unfaltering. The little note in my head came in handy and Marissa nodded, writing my answer again. I took a peek at the clock on her desk, seeing that we had been talking for the past 30 minutes. Interesting, she said to herself. We've already established that you're academically gifted. Wrong. I wasn't naturally smart. On the contrary, I worked hard and suffered in the process. It was traumatic too. But do you have what it takes to work under pressure? With deadlines and complicated situations, she continued, gesturing with the hand holding her pen. I do, I answered without hesitating. It wasn't too far from a lie. I wouldn't go so far to say that I worked better under pressure, but I wasn't too bad either. You waitressed for 3 years after graduating at the top of your class, she said, eyeing my resume. Was that by choice? Tricky fucking question. By choice meant I hated the field I studied in. Not by choice meant that other companies didn't think I was good enough. By choice, I stated, confident in my answer. The truth was that I couldn't find a company best suited to my needs. Am I killing it? I hoped I was. The real truth was that I was comfortable where I was. The money was good, and I worked hours that catered to me and not the other way around. I didn't want to tell Marissa that my needs were met by her company because they offered the heftiest salary I'd ever received. Marissa nodded, still scribbling in her damn book. Very good. How do you feel about working for Mr. Caldera? She asked, dropping her pen to interlock her fingers. Mr. Caldera. Who's that? I should have done more research. Also, what sort of question was that? Who cared how I felt, unless he was a gruesome monster who bared his teeth at me every time he saw me? I almost chuckled. I believe I have what it takes to meet his expectations, I muttered, giving her a gracious smile that felt naturally fake. You believe, or you know, she asked sternly, glimpsing down at me through the top of her glasses. Strict. Isn't it the same thing? Instead of reacting the way I wanted, I gave her exactly what she wanted. I know. Good, she said definitely, and I frowned. He's a busy man. He doesn't have time to rectify mistakes you're not supposed to make. Is that why she was as bleak and cold as she was? Mr. Caldera sucked the life out of her, I thought. Looking around, I thought about running out and never returning. Picturing my first paycheck is what kept my ass planted on that chair. I understand, I said, clasping my hands together on my lap. I'll do my best. Always, she muttered, giving me a pointed look. Always, I confirmed, feeling as if I might as well bend over and spread her cheeks the way I was already kissing her ass. It was probably in the job description, a whole lot of verbal pleasing involved. Very well, she murmured, picking up a phone and dialing one number. Austin, please make your way to my office. What's happening? She stood up, her face as stoic as it had been for the past half an hour. When she reached her hand out, I almost had a heart attack. Returning the gesture, her cold and dry hand embraced my own, sealing a deal that felt as if I had just signed my life away. Congratulations, Miss Torres, she said, her face far from happy. Welcome to the team. You start on Monday. Thank fuck it's Friday. I grinned, trying hard to keep myself intact. There was so much I wanted to do and say. Instead, I nodded my head and thanked her. I rarely felt happy about something, but I had a good feeling about this place. Feeling all giddy inside, I had already forgotten she had called someone. A knock sounded from her door, and her monotonous voice told the person on the other side to enter. I turned, finding a young man pushing her door open. He had a charming smile on his face, the kind I'd seen on a handsome guy in college. Austin, this is Serena, our new hire. Please do the honors of showing her around. I'm sure she'd be keen on knowing where to eat her lunch, Marissa explained, and I couldn't help but feel as if she was being snarky. Ignoring it, I turned back to Austin and gave him a smile. Yes, ma'am, he murmured. Follow me. Thank you again, I told Marissa, purposely annoying her, and her fake smile told me I had hit the right spot. Grinning, I followed Austin and noticed that he smelled a lot like the perfume an ex of mine wore. Paying no mind to him, I started matching his slow strides. Side by side, we walked through the glass hallway. The building was extreme. There was no other way to put it. Modern, sleek, and massive, a typical multi-million firm that reeked of wealth and cleaning products. Nice to meet you, Serena, Austin said, grinning when he gazed down at me and offered a hand. I accepted it, feeling his warm hand cover my own. He's cute, and I hated that I noticed it. Nice to meet you, too, I said, catching his eye lingering on me a little too long. How long have you worked here? A month, he said, chuckling. You'll fit right in. You sure? I asked, ignoring the uncomfortable feeling of the heels I hadn't worn since my graduation. Why do I torture myself? Yes, I'm sure, Austin frowned, fixing the collar of his shirt. Why? Did Marissa scare you? Don't worry about it. No, it's just. Mr. Caldera? He asked, lifting a brow. Yeah, I murmured, watching a smile tug at his lips. Can you tell me more about him? His name is Valentino. We obviously don't call him that, he said, gesturing to an open door that led to a coffee room. Each floor has a cafe. This one is my least favorite. I recommend ground floor for the best mocha latte you'd have in your life. Fuck the coffee. Who is my boss? Wait, I actually cared about the coffee too and looked around when the strong smell hit me. Free coffee. Free pastries. A coinless vending machine. He took care of his employees, I noted. How awful could he be? Right, I mumbled, eyeing the room. I love a good coffee. Look, he said, giving me a sheepish look when he scratched the top of his head. I know Marissa asked me to show you around, but I was kind of in the middle of something. I have a deadline and I need to. I understand, I said, waving his explanation off. Who else was supposed to show me around a place that had 10 floors? I knew you're a good sport. He grinned, hurrying away and leaving me in a room with nothing but myself. Like I said, a whole lot of people pleasing. I sighed when he was gone. At least he showed me one place to eat. Not knowing what to do with myself, I wandered through the exit and thought about my next move. Where should I go? What should I do? Should I just leave? Probably. Feeling out of place, I headed to the elevator. I couldn't just dwell around. Could I? No. I needed to leave, and once inside the steel block, I pushed the ground floor button and waited. When a tattooed hand popped around the corner, I dropped the annoyed look and prepared for a 5-star professional smile. A man tall and brunette entered the elevator and didn't spare me a glance. Handsome. Really handsome. I didn't pay much attention to it, but the ink creeping through the collar of his shirt was hard to miss. Is this a new job or a sex club? He was also far too invested in the phone in his hand. I swallowed, feeling suffocated by his presence in the tiny elevator. Rude. Don't we greet around here? Pushing the button, I was silently suffering in the silence and the subtle scent of luxurious cologne surrounding me. Get your shit together. Who are you? It was a deep voice, accompanied by an accent that I recognized immediately. Turning, I found the brown-eyed man already looking down at me. Serena, I answered, gazing back to the illuminated circles letting us know which floor we're passing. Almost there. He scoffed. No, I didn't mean your name. Are you new? Wow. Gulping back the intended words I wanted to use, I licked my lips and returned his gaze. Yes, I'm new. Good first impressions. The man sighed, holding the bridge of his nose before he muttered under his breath, Marissa. What the hell did that mean? Who is he? I glanced down at his briefcase, seeing Caldera engraved into the gold handle. Oh, Valentino. I didn't know what I was expecting him to look like, but it wasn't that. When we finally reached the ground floor, I'd never felt more relieved in my life. He was the first to step out, not bothering to give me another look. "That's my boss? See you Monday, Serena," he called out, a tone in his voice that clearly said I should have known how to speak to him. I started, but the asshole walked away and I pursed my lips. "Fucker," I muttered under my breath. As I left the building, I could only hope that my weekend would magically give me enough time to prepare myself. Because heaven knew I needed it.